In reality, most of the Greek gods were vile pieces of shit, unfortunately. Yeah, no they're gods. If the Christian god is real, he's a fucking dickhead, piece of shit, ass, mother, because he allows for all manner of suffering on this planet of these people, and not even just of humans, but of animals. He allows his creation to suffer if he has, like, omnipresent, omnipotent, all power. So the likelihood is that if he does exist, he's significantly less powerful than we're led to believe. Or he's an ass, or he's dead. Like, maybe a god did exist, but the god fucking died. Who's to say that couldn't happen? And now we're just, like, on our own. I feel the soreness in my throat already because of my cough and from talking. So annoying. That's why I've not been streaming as much, for anybody who doesn't know. I have a post-viral cough. It's me up. Little peach. I'm happy this got 2,000 likes. I don't know if there's some crazy shit in this, I haven't looked at these comments in a while. There's probably some mad Nazis in here. White evangelicals. Punching Nazis is a sin, pastor. And then Pastor Ben, Church of Antifa from Benjamin Dixon. Oh shit, he's my oomfy. Hell yeah. I didn't know that. I've been following him for a while. God's grace is sufficient. When you punch a Nazi, that's not a mortal fist, brother. That's the fist of God. And that's true. To be a Nazi is an inherently violent ideology. To maintain a Nazi worldview and a Nazi world would require violence upon a variety of disadvantaged and marginalized, powerless groups. Because of this, to hold that ideology requires you agree with a lot of those things, a lot of those violent actions, and therefore you are liable to be acted upon in self-defense by those who would worry that should your worldview come to pass, their rights may be stripped away. To punch a Nazi is a self-defensive act, especially if you're in a marginalized group. So there is no way that God, if she is real, and if they are omniscient and omnipresent, and if he is all-powerful, would not allow this to happen. Now, of course, if there is a god, they probably operate more like Greek gods, in that they have their own, like, ideological leanings, and they don't have as much power, and they only have, like, limited amount of power, but obviously more than mortals and stuff like that. Which is obviously a cooler idea. This is something I don't understand about monotheistic religions. It's so much more boring. Like, if the rules are made up and the points don't matter already, then what's stopping you from having a cooler, more fun religion, right? Like, K-pop groups have figured this out. Boy bands figured this out a while ago, right? It's just more fun when there's more different types of people involved. Like, that's why K-pop groups have so many different idols in the group, so many different singers, because there's bound to be one of those singers that somebody likes of the 7 or 8 that are there. So you might not like everybody on there in the group, but you'll like Jimin, and that's enough for you to keep buying the music. Much the same way that the Greek pantheon, you know, you might not like Dionysus, but if you like Poseidon, well, then there you go. The idea, like, you have God, and then you've got, like, Jesus Christ and Mary or whatever, and then you've got, like, some disciples or saints. Like, it's so much more boring. Maybe monotheistic religion is easier to concentrate power under? Yeah, probably. It also reinforces a inherently, like, all-powerful ruler kind of idea. Like, if the Greek pantheon is a variety of gods that share power and can actually have disagreements with each other and stop each other from doing certain things and stuff like that, that's a more democratic system. And obviously this is not democratic at all because they're incredibly more powerful than mortals are. So it's already in a power imbalance. But between themselves, there's a bit more going on there than if there is a single entity on top that controls everything. It's incredibly more authoritarian. Because of that, it also reinforces the idea that in the mortal plane, that it should be okay and in fact even just to have a single person be a king or a dictator, you know? And usually it's like a royal family of some kind, but that's usually how it works in theocratic dictatorships. An absolute ruler, yeah. And it essentially pills the masses into accepting that kind of framework because, well, there's only one God, and he's got a bunch of people that work with him, but he's the big man in charge. Even though if there is a god, she's probably a trans woman. Regardless. Well, then why can't that be the case for us here on the mortal plane? Which is essentially to say, Hades is a good game, and Hades 2 is going to come out at some point next year, I think, hopefully. I know Early Access is coming out soon. And, listen. If the gods that we have look like this, then I'm not an atheist anymore. Find me Thanatos. I forget a lot of their names, unfortunately. Wait, we have Thanatos is the god of death. Dionysus is the god of festivals, though I don't find him attractive. Then you have Zeus, the god of lightning, thunderstorms, whatever. You've got Aries, the god of war. You've got, is it Hermes? The god of messengers or whatever? Poseidon, god of the ocean, yada yada. You've got Chaos over here, who's very hot. You've got, how the fuck am I blanking on her name? She's the hottest god because she's the god of love. Aphrodite, yes, thank you. You have Artemis, the god of the hunt. I forget the god of winter or snow or whatever, but she's an old woman, and I like her. Demeter? And she's the god of, like, defense or some shit like that. What is her name? Athena. Yeah. Wisdom and war. Like, if the gods, should they exist, if it was like this, and they looked like this, then hello, welcome to the not atheist stream. I thought Athena was justice? Maybe. Like I said, JoJo has religion? Yeah, exactly. Like, this is a K-pop group. Like, if you don't rock with Zeus, but you find Aphrodite to be a fucking prime cut, then at least you got one of them, so you might as well go along with the rest. There's also Hades, nuts. Oh, that's a good quality image. There's Thanatos. Love this boy. I'm religious now. In reality, most of the Greek gods were vile pieces of shit, unfortunately. Yeah, no shit, they're gods. If the Christian god is real, he's a fucking dickhead. Piece of shit asshole. Motherfucker. Because he allows for all manner of suffering on this planet of these people, and not even just of humans, but of animals. He allows his creation to suffer if he has, like, omnipresent, omnipotent, all power. So the likelihood is that if he does exist, he's significantly less powerful than we're led to believe. Or he's an asshole. Or he's dead. Like, maybe a god did exist, but the god fucking died. Who's to say that couldn't happen? And now we're just, like, on our own. But the likelihood is that God doesn't exist. Any kind of religion, when it comes to deities, probably doesn't exist. Aliens might. But if they were substantially powerful enough to be able to, you know, have faster than light travel, or faster than light travel to be able to get to us, they are technologically advanced to the point that they might as well be gods. Because we can't even harness the power of our own planet in terms of geothermal energy in an efficient manner. Much less harvest the power of our fucking star, the sun. We haven't been able to figure that out yet. There's no way we're getting the fuck off this rock anytime soon. Christians getting along with God works in mysterious ways. Greeks at least had Zeus isn't helping us because he's a dick who prefers to spend time fucking people over. He's just fucking... Well, yeah, didn't Zeus, like, transform into, like, a bird and fucking rape a woman? Like, there's a lot of crazy shit that happened in the Greek pantheon stories. And I don't know what the fuck the dudes who are writing this shit were on, that were writing this fan fiction were on, but holy fuck. Something going on there. Something going wrong there. Who's made himself into a swan? Yeah, something like that. I think in Christianity, God isn't omnipresent, since there's a whole class of angels dedicated to carrying messages to and from him. Regardless, for as powerful as they claim that he is, I have not been smited yet for being a homosexual transgender. So, unless the smiting that has happened to me, the curse that has happened to me is being a live streamer and being gainfully unemployed and living a good life because I got lucky. Speedrunning, maybe, yeah. Which I don't even speedrun anymore, so apparently the curse is not that strong. I'm on a hiatus, so I'll get back to it, but for now I'm doing other shit. It would be really easy for me to get back to, too, because of how much practice I put in already. Seem to recall the Greek version of Aries couldn't actually fight worth a damn. He was the god of war, not the god of fighting. Get other people from more bodies and fight for him. So yeah, he's more like a commander. A general, in that, if that's the case. He used to speedrun Super Mario 64, yeah. I never did a full run of the vanilla game, but I was competitive in a ROM hack of the game. And then I most recently learned all of the 120 star category, which is every star in the game. I just haven't done a full run of it yet. Because I'm on a hiatus and I've been playing other games and doing other shit. But I will go back to it. Regardless, I'll never understand the idea that Nazis would find themselves to be acceptable under God's judgment. Makes no sense. Requires religious delusional thinking. to even conceive of the idea that the god you pretend to worship would tolerate your existence and wouldn't operate whatever powers he had to stop you from becoming that. Like, you are doing the devil's work if the god and the devil are real. And I don't think that's actually true, because devils are cooler than that. So they might be evil and bad, but they're not as bad as Nazis are, more than likely. Are you a Mortal Kombat enjoyer? No, I think Mortal Kombat is edge for the sake of edge, and I don't find it very interesting at all. Guilty Gear Strive and Street Fighter are cooler to me, but I like combat fighters more than traditional ones because I'm bad at the game. We need a gacha religion, where it's a gacha game, and every time when you go to mass, you can roll for a different god. That's how you get the communion, or that's how you get the donations, whatever it's called. Isn't Genshin already a religion? Yeah. That's what donating to the church is. It's basically buying gacha currency. Yeah. Thank you, T-Man. Lucifer is also the first to fight for free public education and universal information sharing by convincing people to eat the knowledge fruit. Makes sense. Well, I mean, that would be what you want, right? If the dichotomy of God and the devil is real, and God operates and maintains a lot of his power through indoctrination and withholding information from the populace, in this case, information that would prove he's not as strong as he says he is, then one of the strategies you could take as the devil if you hope to weaken God would be to allow those people access to that information, right? Sounds familiar. It's almost like the version of God that Christians and Catholics worship or whatever has always been evil. Just a different kind than how they describe Satan. Thank you very much, M-Ben, for the Prime stuff for 13 months. Welcome back to the Primers Association for a year and a month. That's a long-ass time. Really appreciate it. Conure. Comfy.